Hey guys, so I'm coming to you with a foundation first impressions. I am so excited for this one. I am showing you the NYX Total Control Drop Foundation. I am very excited for this. I got 4 shades and we're going to jump right into it. I'm going to tell you about it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to do whatever. We're going to work it out. I picked up 4 shades because I had to order it online at Ulta and it's hard finding your shade. This foundation comes in about 24 shades, which is great, but by being so diverse, you don't know exactly which one matches you. But Ulta had a sale, buy one, get one half off on some different products, and so I picked up 4 of them to see around the range. I'll read you what it's supposed to do, all those things, and then we'll get into it. So here's what the box says. With just a few drops, our Total Control Drop Foundation delivers sheer to full coverage and a velvety matte finish. Simply adjust the number of drops you use until the desired level of coverage is achieved. More drops, more coverage. On the back here, it has the drop situation, and it has like 2 drops for light, 3 drops for medium, 4 plus drops for full coverage. Now, let me show you what the bottles look like, and then we'll get into some things and put it on. So you get this bottle. It's very cute. Frosted glass dropper bottle with a dropper here. It's a very liquidy foundation. I do know that. You get, I said it was $13.99 or $14 for 0.43 fluid ounces, 13 milliliters. You usually in a standard foundation you get about 1 fluid ounce or 30 milliliters. So this is definitely a lot less than a standard foundation, which kind of gives you the preconceived notion that a little bit goes a long way. Like with the Cover FX custom cover drops, which I own, which are like $44 for 15 milliliters. And what these are super pigmented drops that you don't wear alone. You mix. Excuse me, you mix with a primer or a moisturizer, your favorite base, and it creates that foundation and takes on the finish of whatever you mixed it with. This foundation is made to be used alone. It's to be used on its own, but it'll give you that coverage with a certain amount of drops, and it's its own foundation. And so by you getting so little, you're under that notion that it's super pigmented. We shall see. I got 4 shades. And let's get started figuring it out. So I know one is too dark already. So I picked up Chestnut. This, look in the bottle. It's definitely dark and cool, but we shall swatch it on the hand so I can show you that it's too dark. The others I'll swatch on I'll show you. I have swatched these already. It's the only thing I've done. So again, it's a dropper bottle, dropper style. There we go. This is the shade Chestnut. And look, yeah, that's not working for me for foundation. But I didn't know. I'm glad I have it. Depending on how these drops work, that can definitely be a foundation darkener. I don't know. I have some dark-skinned girls, friends, and you know, somebody may get a new foundation for Valentine's Day. Anyway, the other 3 that I have are Deep Rich. So let's go ahead and do that one. It's very liquidy, so I'm shaking it up. Deep Rich. That's what Deep Rich looks like. Deep Rich has this very pinky undertone to it, and I'm like, meh, don't know. We also have Cocoa. Let's go ahead and put a drop of that on. Cocoa is a little bit warmer, decent. It's one of the 2 that I would use on my face, along with Deep Cool, which is not cool at all. Let me go ahead and show you that next to Cocoa. Maybe cool, I don't know. These 2. So I am going to go with this. Actually, I think I'm going to go with this one here. I'm going to go with Cocoa today to put on my face. So let's go ahead and let's get started. My face is already prepped with moisturizer, primed with some Rimmel Stay Matte because I'm always going to wear primer. I'm going to wear this foundation like I always wear foundation. You know, not any extra or any less steps than I would do in my normal routine. I'm going to apply it I'm going to see how it looks with a brush. We'll see how it looks with a beauty blender type sponge. So let me wet my sponge. Okay, so again, on one side, I'm going to use a brush. On the other side, I'm going to use a sponge. This sponge actually came from a set of, let me calm down. Shany Cosmetics. They have a set of about 14 sponges for $14, different shapes, and I actually like them. They're really soft. So this is where this is from. And we're going to go ahead and get started. What did I say I was going to use? Cocoa. So I'm going to go ahead and shake it up. Now, I'm going to tell you this now. Everyone that I've seen online have not used like the 4-drop. I'm going to use the 4 drops for full coverage, but they definitely needed more drops because you're not mixing this with anything. You're using just those 4 drops to cover your entire face. And so let's start with 4 and see how it takes us. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to tell you right now, that is not enough foundation to cover my entire face. It's not. But let's go ahead and put it on. I'll use this side to, look, I mean, that's all there is. I'm going to use this side to show you that that's it. Let's go ahead and do this brush. And, yeah. Alright, so I need more foundation. I'm actually going to add a couple drops of Deep Rich because... So I'm going to need more drops, for real. I'm going to need some more drops. But I'm going to go ahead and put it on. It's very lightweight. It's very thin and watery. I mean, it's coming out of a dropper. So you understand. It's coming out of a dropper. It's very thin. Let's see how it looks. How many drops I used, I don't know. Let's take this brush and go ahead and get this situated. And you know what? It blends very easily with a brush. I would have guessed it would, considering it's so thin. Considering it's so thin. I'm still not understanding the undertones in the ones I chose because, I don't know. It looks fine, but it's just a little bit off. That's why I wanted to mix the other one because I'm still, wow, it's really, really pretty. It blends out with my skin very, very nicely. This is the no side right now. So it's very, very pretty. Very, very nice. I'm going to go ahead and mix these 2 colors on the other side of my face and see what happens with a sponge. Honestly, I'm a little bit already more inclined to use it with a brush because I know by this being so liquidy, the sponge is going to soak it right up. But you know, this is what these tests are for. So what we're going to do. What we're going to do. What we're going to do. Oh, someone has their kids outside in the snow. That's cute, or whatever. I guess. Alright, let's go ahead and blend it up. Sponge. I always blend extra harder on my nose because there's so many creases around there and you don't want to be looking a hot mess. Now the sponge I chose, this Shany sponge is a lot denser. Not harder, but denser than a beauty blender. So maybe that'll help it soak up less product. But here we go. I don't know. I don't know. Here's the blender sponge side. Okay. Here is the brush side. I definitely like the brush side better. It just looks a lot more flawless, a lot more cohesive with my skin. It really does. Don't ask me how many drops that was because I don't know. Overall though, I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit more since I have some on the back of my hand. Not wasting it, people. We don't get a whole ounce. And I'm going to use the brush to make everything cohesive. So what we're going to do. It looks very natural on the skin. I'm going to give it a very natural matte finish. I heard some people say it was more matte than me describing natural matte, but you know what? I don't know. It doesn't look drying. It looks like skin. it looks, my face is a little cooler. I did mix those two. That's why I'm a little bit confused with the undertones of these right now. I'm a little bit confused with them, but that's okay. That's okay. The color is very, very nice. It looks a little cool on my skin. But I'm not mad at it. It's one of those things that can be adjusted with a little bit of powder and different things. I'm not too... Yeah, I like it. It looks really good. It's giving a very decent coverage. I still, to be completely honest, I guess that's almost full coverage. No, you know what? It's pretty decent. Pretty decent coverage. I could push and understand why people would say it's full. I can understand. I can understand. I do like it. I like the finish. We're going to see how it lasts all day. I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of my makeup off camera because I'm going to do another video, film a tutorial on some things. So look out for that, and I'll come back and give you my first impression, really give it to you before we go on about our day. So be back. So I'm back and I have all my makeup on. I filmed a Valentine's Day tutorial, so you guys look out for that. Let's talk about the foundation. First impressions, first off the bat, I like it. I can't knock anything. It's very, very thin and liquidy, and I'm surprised at the coverage it gave, with it being so thin. But the thing is, this whole drop system is not gonna happen. I don't know if I have a big face. I don't know, but 4 drops, like with the custom cover drops, the idea is that 4 drops is gonna give you full coverage, and you mix it with something. And whatever you mix it with is creating more product to cover your face. So it's okay to use just 4 drops because you're literally doing the pigment. You're not trying to cover your entire face with this volume, with 4 volumes of this. It's just not gonna happen. But by these being so pigmented, when you mix them with something else, it changes the color, and it changes the shade of the whole, let's say your primer or whatever you're mixing it with, where now you have enough to cover your whole face. It's not like 4 drops is going to cover your whole face, just sheer volume to face ratio. It's not happening. So that kind of bothers me because it's telling you, 4 drops will give you full coverage, but you're not mixing this with anything to make up the rest of that volume that you need to cover your face. Am I making any sense? I hope so, because that drop system is kind of bothering me. However, with multiple drops, I'm sure my drops were like 10 to 20 that I needed to cover my face. I don't know, but it wasn't 4. But on the flip side, the amount I used to cover my face was very, very nice. The undertone, I think I'm doing all right. I think if I use the other one by itself, which shade, deep or cool or deep red, I don't even remember which one. I'll be able to match my shade between these 3, so I'm not really worrying about the shade match. I was just playing with them and making sure whichever one was right. But it does give me a very, very, I did top this with a little bit of powder, but it's definitely, look how all the other products, my blush, my highlight, are sitting on this foundation. It looks very natural, very skin-like. Every layer looks really cohesive, and it sits on top of this skin. It sits on top of my skin very, very nicely. So let's see how it holds up. I have oily skin. We'll see how it holds up throughout the day. It is 3 something now, but I did put this on at about 2 something. I filmed a whole nother video. I put this on, we'll give it 2 o'clock. And yeah, we'll see. I'll hold this on as long as I can, and we'll just check it out and see. So I'll check in with you guys a little bit later. Hey guys, so it is now 7:30, so about 5.5 hours later. My lip is gone because I was eating and wiped it off, but we're gonna zoom in. I honestly, I'm all right with it. I don't feel the need to blot right now. I know it may look a little shiny, and it little slightly is, but nothing where I would blot, not even close to when I would blot. Everything is still there on my face. Yeah, the foundation is still there. Still looks decent. Still looks very decent. Again, my nose gets oily first, so I still wouldn't blot at this point, but it's holding up very nicely for 5.5 hours. Really, really nicely. The color looks completely fine, even though, like, once my face was finished, whatever issues I was having with the undertone, trying to feel like, it wasn't feeling right, completely fine once my full face was together and went about my day. Yeah, I don't really have any qualms about it. I'll try to do one more update. And yeah. Hey guys, so I'm back with a final update. It's been about 8 hours, and not much has changed from the first update. I guess there's a little more oil, but honestly, not much has changed. I would probably blot now. It does look a little bit shinier. Or maybe it could be me, but I don't know. I'll take this off for the day. So overall, I like this foundation. I like the look of it. I can't get with the whole drop thing, how they're saying. I feel like it's false advertising, because unless it's me and I got a big face, but those 4 little drops, not covering my face, and it's not covering my face in full coverage. It's just not. I didn't read anywhere where it was supposed to be like some sort of mixing medium, that you would need some sort of mixing medium. You just are supposed to use this. So let me know if I'm wrong. Let me know what you guys think. But overall, I actually do like it. It didn't get super oily. It looked very natural, looked very pretty. And honestly, when I first put it on, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I didn't feel like I had to set it with a powder. Now I know if I didn't set it with a powder, my oil might have been playing some more games, but I didn't feel like I needed to. It looked complete, you know, and that was really interesting. And it still looks like skin. My skin still looks really pretty, and I'm overall satisfied with it. I'm probably gonna give it a B+. I can't give it an A because it can build up to full coverage, but that whole drop thing. So just even though it is $14.99, it's, you know, fairly inexpensive, but you're still using a lot of it, and you don't get a lot of it. You don't even get half of what you'd get in a standard foundation. So to buy a 1 ounce of this, like you buy 1 ounce of anything else, you'd be paying about $30+ for it. So that's interesting. If you want to put that into perspective. I use a lot of makeup. I wear a lot of foundation, and to get my face covered how I wanted to, it was definitely more than just 4 drops. So something you got to think about. But let me know what you think. I love you all, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.